Hi everybody, and welcome to this very special video. In this video I'm going to share with you the brand new CD release from Jack Babineau here on YouTube. This is the front of the CD. It's called Generation of Need, and here's the back of the CD, and it's an absolutely amazing piece of work. It's a gorgeous record, and I'm just so completely impressed by the body of work on this CD. And you know, I've been a fan of Jack's for a while now, and when you go to his YouTube channel, you'll see that he's got a ton of live performances posted there, you know, and you can really see what kind of a masterful live performer he is, because he is one of these artists that, you know, jumps right at you, you know, off that stage, and you feel like you're in the audience when you're listening and watching these videos and listening to him sing live. And it was such a complete treat for me to hear his music recorded professionally, because all of his live videos, they're great, but a lot of times there's crowd noise and things, you know, that you'd find in a club, you know, of a live performance. And here you don't have any of that. You could really focus in and zero in on the purity behind his vocals and how wonderfully this record is produced, because the producer of this record really did bring out a lot of Jack's wonderful qualities that you hear in the live performances. So it did translate as well onto these recordings. And I think the thing that I was most impressed by was Jack's technique vocally. And it kept reminding me of, he probably got a lot of this training from his vocal music directors, his choir directors in school, because one thing you will find when you listen to this record is the incredible breath support that he has when he's singing these notes. You know, he's able to sustain these notes and have a real dynamic flow throughout. And too often I hear singers in a song taking breaths at the wrong moments, and it becomes such a choppy song then, you know, and you're focusing in on when they're breathing. And that's just one of those little details that I tend to notice. You know, I can notice when somebody has really great breath control, and then when people don't always have that. So that's definitely one thing that stood out right away. And, you know, the other thing about Jack's voice is his tone. And, you know, I always have known that he's had this amazing tone to his voice that really sets him apart from so many other singers. And being able to listen to this record with my headphones on and being able to really pay attention and hear these details and really appreciate his tone on a whole nother level, you know, after hearing this record. And the other thing I'll say about this record is that, you know, anyone who knows me here on YouTube knows that I'm such a gigantic music fan, and I'm constantly adding new songs to my iPod. But this is one record that has stayed in my rotation, you know, where I listen to all of it or part of it every single day, you know, when I'm in the car or on the train and have my headphones in. You know, it has real staying power. And the cool thing about this record too is that there's a song on here for everybody. It really does showcase his versatility as an artist and as a writer, because no two songs are really very much alike. And I like when an album does that, where it just stretches the scope of the artist's true artistry. And that's what this record does for me as well, because he writes a lot of really relevant, meaningful lyrics. The song From the Outside, which you'll hear in a moment, was written about the struggles of being a teenager and all the pressures that you have, and each verse is about a different individual. And he was inspired to write this by, you know, friends of his and people that he's known who have gone through these things. And then there's a song called Blossom Street, which to me sounds a little bit like a journal entry about a first love and just trying to remember those moments. And then you have the title track, Generation of Need, which is all about how materialistic and superficial at times the newer generations have become, and they've forgotten what's really important. and for Jack to be able to put that into words that everyone could appreciate and understand. And plus in that song it shows off his upbeat and sort of jazz roots in the most beautiful way, you know, while still being able to hammer home and sing with such conviction these wonderful lyrics that he's written that are like I said, so relevant and meaningful, and consciousness raising as well. You know, I think that they'll have a real effect on a lot of people who listen to that particular song. You know, so there's such a nice variety of work in these songs. You know, and you know, they don't run together; they all stand apart on their own, and that's also the testament of a very well-written record. So, without further ado, I'm going to start playing these tracks and have you appreciate parts of these. And I do have permission from Jack to play these tracks, so YouTube police, if you're out there, we're cool. And I'm going to do this video in 2 parts too, because I don't want to rush along with things, and I want you to be able to really hear everything. So the first track is called No Excuses, and this song, I first heard this on his YouTube video when he posted it looking for a title for this song, and it's still true today listening to this recording. The guitar I just love in this song. It really jumps out at you. You can hear his flow and that beautiful tone. Wonderful pace and this tempo to the song. And listen to the way he sings the chorus. Holds on to every bit of the note. Can't sing that without great breath control, that's for sure.
And it's too much change, too much pain, and I don't think that I can save it.
It's a great song. And I really love how they've placed the harmony vocals, you know, to really accentuate the song. Okay, so moving on to the second song. This is from the Outside song that I was talking about before.
Taken by the forsaken, and sees the world through a little straw. Tied to the puppet string, dancing round for this crowd, around, around, around. Morals go by, darkens the sky, the light that you once had lived.
Such a challenging song vocally. And listen for this coming up. Right there. Amazing note. And I absolutely love what he's done in the chorus of this song coming up. By changing up the tempo right here. And here. So effective. And again here. And here. That's something that he didn't do in his live performance of that song. And I love the change that was made in the recording. Never to come out in the morning. Tells himself it's all his fault, and he sits in a circle to confess his crime. And it's not him doing solid time. Mom and dad sitting home, wondering where they went wrong. He's too oblivious to the love that they give. You can't sing this without breath control either.
You gotta see yourself from the outside. You gotta be looking in love. Somebody else's eyes.
Just love it.
You gotta